catch me in my feelings. But he don't know that I'm the though.
Hello, everybody. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is the NFL on EA Sports. This game features a team that has been playing some of the best football in the NFL to this point in the season as they built up their undefeated record. Let's see if they can survive another difficult challenge in this one. It's the Dolphins going up against the Vikings. With that, let's get you out to Brandon Gott and Charles Davis. They've got the call of this Week 9 matchup.
Okay, Larry, thank you very much. Twin Cities and the expansive new U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. Today, it's a Week 9 matchup set to go here between the Miami Dolphins and the Minnesota Vikings. Hi again, everyone. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. And, Charles, you look at this Vikings ball club. They're halfway home, looking good at a perfect 8-0.
And not much to complain about so far, is there? I'd have to say they're the best team in the NFL through the first half of the year.
Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Dolphins, they've come in on a nice run of recent form, 4 wins out of 5. The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final 2 bring us as we're off in Week 9? And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. So here come the Dolphins now as they get set to take over on offense. And they will be led out by their second-year quarterback. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Over the middle and into the hands of his receiver, Landry. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. A good, safe pass there right off the bat.
That's almost a rhythm play. That's what we like to call it. Get them into rhythm early, something safe, something they're confident about, something they feel good. And once that's completed, then you just keep moving from there because the confidence elevates.
Now it's the Boise State alum, Jay Ajayi. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down.
Okay, let's just make this one simple. We know that the running game is not their thing, but they can't just throw it on every single down without expecting some real heat from the pass rush.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Ajayi. And he maybe makes it back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively. And it likely forces a punt situation on 4th. So on now is the Miami punter, Matt Darr, to kick this one away. And that one hits at the 7, but bounds into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback. So here's the Viking offense making their way out. And they are led out there by their mobile quarterback. They'll give it to him right up the gut. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
The evaluation process in today's NFL does not take into account as much bulk as it does speed, and that's what we're seeing with the linebacker position. Those guys that can run, they can play at any spot because they can make plays on the opposite side of the line of scrimmage.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. He's got it complete to Stephon Diggs. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
Now back to throw. And he's able to find Diggs. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue.
And fit's the exact right word. Over the middle, there's almost always traffic, so anytime you're a receiver in that area, you're not just focused on catching the football. You're wondering where the collision's going to come from, right? Because there's almost always someone there able to concentrate, catch it, and even added a little extra at the end with a short run.
The offensive line and its ability to open holes in this defensive front, something they were confident they could create in this game. Got the job done there, picked up the first.
And something they wanted to do. Have we ever met offensive linemen that don't want to fire out and hit people? I mean, they love the running game. Guys want to do that, and when you emphasize it, practice it, and work on it, that gives you an opportunity during the game.
He's got the connection over the middle to Diggs. 15 yards through the air and a first down.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you can get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
They'll set up to throw. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. And when this offense is clicking on all cylinders, the running back is in sync as well.
The focal point. Runs, catches, blocks, sets a tone for the offense.
Ten yards still left on second down. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Seventh play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on third down. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up fourth down.
Looked like they had an opportunity for a big play across the middle, but he didn't have the concentration or the focus necessary and dropped it before he could haul it in.
So on fourth down, the call's out for Tim Mastay to punt it away. The dangerous Jarvis Landry back for Miami. Yeah, this is away, and I don't think Landry will get a chance to return here. And out of bounds, sailed over, looked like right near the pylon. This one's going to be perfect. Directional kicking at its finest, right down at the 1-yard line. The Vikings defense getting ready to go. Their stay on the field last time was short-lived with a 3-and-out. See if they can get some more of that.
And ordinarily, you want to be on the field playing, right? But 3-and-outs, that's almost gold to a defense. Get to the bench, get some rest, turn the ball over to your offense.
We'll see what they can do here. See if they can force another 3-and-out. They'll start out on the ground with a giant, the line of scrimmage, and taken down. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
Well, on that play, the expression, don't blink, you might miss something, certainly applied. That was fast. Defense diagnosed the play, and it was over in a heartbeat.
They come out here in the eye. They run again with a giant. Oh, and he's not going to make it out of the end zone. The push too strong, and that'll be a safety. Well, we thought these two defenses, they might come to play. One has already come to play here, a safety for the opening points of the game.
Brandon, let's file this play away because if it turns out to be a tight game, who knows? This could wind up being the difference.
Now the Vikings offense gets set to take over here. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
And he'll get this up only to about the 33.
Holding offense.
So there you go, holding by the offense, and that'll push him back.
Changes everything now as you try and figure out what your playbook has for you. Longer yardage situations, tougher to execute and pick up first downs.
They'll give it to him right up the gut. And the window closes quickly. He'll only get up to the 22-yard line. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
It's really simple to say that they know their identity, that they are a passing team. But one of the reasons that they're so successful, they know how to mix in the run and make sure that they keep the defense off balance and not able to just simply say, let's go get the quarterback and disrupt things.
And he'll get this up over the 25 to the 26. He's able to get 4 back on the run, but now they'll have to find something here on 3rd and about 14. And a look at the starters for the Miami defense.
Mark Barron entered the league as a safety, but really plays much more like a linebacker. One thing we always notice at the end of every game, his stat sheet is full.
And the dreaded 3rd and long here for the offense. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Going right side here, and that's complete. That one goes for 24 yards. Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. They'll roll him out right. And did he get the feet down? No, they'll say he did not. It's incomplete. And there we saw rolling right out of the pocket. Maybe his momentum taking him toward that sideline led him a little too far.
Yeah, that is difficult, isn't it? Plus, you're closing down your space, right? You're shortening the field for your receivers. And their inclination is to go towards the sidelines as fast as the quarterback is as well. Hard for them to throttle down to leave themselves with enough room to stay in bounds and catch the ball.
Throwing right, and that's complete. And they're able to convert on 3rd with a solid gain of 23.
But we're used to seeing the guy that you consider the #1 receiver double covered. But how about this guy? He's double covered and finds a way to make the play for a 1st down.
That's how you increase your Madden rating, right?
No doubt about that at all. And you know something? I think we'll hear about that from him soon.
Holding offense.
So he got his hands a little too far outside. The ref caught him, threw the flag. Now this will probably be the last play of the quarter. Only one score in the 1st quarter, and it came from the defense. 2-0 is our score. EA Sports NFL Sunday returns following this.
The NFL on EA Sports is brought to you by Head & Shoulders. Shoulders were made for greatness, not dandruff.
Back now with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. 2nd quarter begins with the Vikings holding the football, and they've got it here with a 1st down. They come up in an offset eye. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And some room to maneuver. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. 17 yards on the pickup. And that'll make it 2nd down.
Not an ideal spot to be on 1st down, but I love that the play caller did not immediately abandon the running game and say, okay, we've got to throw it in order to pick it up. Stayed with the run, was rewarded with a big-time pickup. Now they're in 2nd and manageable.
Give him a yard on the run there, and that's going to set up a 3rd down and 2.
Okay, no score on that play, but this guy's been a touchdown machine all year long. You know they trust him with the football.
They're trying to keep the drive going. This will be play number 8. It's 3rd and 2. They come out here in the eye. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he picks up the 1st down yardage as he takes this one down to the 15. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains.
I don't know about you, but that almost felt like old-time football there. 3rd and 2 is not necessarily just a running down anymore. A lot of times they want to throw the ball. They went back to the roots and powered forward and got the first down.
They run the counter now on first down. And this play gets blown up. They'll lose yardage. Back at the 17. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. And the offense readies for play number 10 of this series.
We talk all the time about how important it is to have leverage in blocking. It's also a big part of policing up gaps. Did you move someone out of the A gap? Did you move them out of the B?
And the Dolphins rush gets home. Down he goes. Mark Barron in there to sack him for a loss of 6. Well, just play after play after play on this long drive for the offense. And the Dolphins beef up the secondary here as they look to stop him on 3rd down. Under pressure, they got him again. It'll be a loss of 8 on the sack, and it's going to lead him to 4th down. So on is Matt Prater now to try a field goal here. This one from 48 yards away. And this one is going to just tuck into the bottom left corner as he gets it to go. And that will give us the very rare scoreline of 5-0. So they get 3. They were hoping for 6. An unlucky number 13 play drive.
Well, you go to the sideline after putting 3 points on the board, happy, but you wanted to be ecstatic. You wanted to have 6 on the board. On the opposite sideline, though, the defense, I think they're high-fiving each other, only giving up 3 after letting them run that much offense.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Our eyes shift now to the Vikings defense. They have looked good. The last time out, the safety, the most recent rendition in what's been a good game.
They're playing awfully well, and whenever you force a safety, not only do you put points on the board, see some momentum, but you feel like you're starting to dominate things a little bit. This defense,
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Anthony Barr coming hard that time. He's able to run him down for a loss of 12.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
They run with Ajayi. And a very short pickup there across the 15 to the 16. He'll get 3, but it leaves him with a big hole here on 3rd and very long.
We always like to talk about defense in terms of levels. 1st level defensive line, 2nd level linebackers, 3rd level defensive backs. On that run, that was what we call a 1st level run, and it was stopped by a 2nd level player.
And the Vikings with an extra defender in the secondary on 3rd.
Playing coverage here.
He'll look to throw. And he is going to be wrapped up and slung to the turf. And that'll bring up 4th down on a big sack with a loss of 5. Here's Matt Darr now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away.
Well, certainly some teams are not intimidated by down and distance on defense, are they? 3rd and very long? Let's go get this guy again. Big-time pressure.
And taken right at the 35. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And it'll be Viking football here as they take possession. And back onto the field, here comes the Dolphins defense. And a pretty nice job last time. Gave up quite a bit of yardage, but only gave up the field goal.
Almost felt like we should give him a little bit of a round of applause for being able to dig in at the end of a long drive. Usually when those types of drives happen, they result in touchdowns because you've broken the defense, but they found some resolve in there and held them to a field goal.
Yeah, they found the resolve. Now they'll be looking to give up 0 points this time. Now a stoppage here as it looks like we've got a Dolphin shaking up on the play. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. They'll look to throw now on first down. And Diggs has it. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line.
Personal foul. Face mask. Defense.
And I know it's hard in live action, but you've got to keep your hands away from the face. That's a 15-yard penalty.
You work on it all the time, making sure your target area is lower and trying to keep your hands away from the face mask so you don't get the big penalty.
They'll give it to him right up the gut. Fighting him all.
Just ran right.
Quite get there. Tackled down at the 1.
It looks way too easy right now. 2 carries, 2 straight first down runs. The eyes are carrying the legs to the proper hole, but they're being created by an offensive line that has the leverage game going for them right now. Lower than the defensive front, creating space, and he's finding it in a big way. Gotta love what they're doing on offense right now.
2 minutes remain here in the first half. More from Minneapolis after this. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll take you to Orlando and Larry Ridley. Larry will have highlights and analysis of this first half. I'm guessing mostly defensive highlights that we will see.
Yeah, and that's kind of cool. No touchdown scored yet so far.
Yeah, none whatsoever. First and goal, they'll look to smash it in. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. So oftentimes you see defensive holding. Here it's offensive holding for the flag. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage.
All right, here we go.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And that'll be caught by Diggs for a Minnesota touchdown. Stephon Diggs, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Vikings find a way to stretch their lead. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky Country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
And this one gives his guys a 12-point lead. Scoring summary, 3-play drive, and it all culminates in a touchdown for Minnesota. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over. And last drive, 3 and out. Still a goose egg on the scoreboard. How do they break that goose egg?
They've got to find a way to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers, get them some space, and try and make a first down and get some momentum going. It's been a struggle for them throughout the game, and that 3 and out on the last possession, that told you just how stalled they are on offense.
So who will step up here? We'll see. And the offense moving quickly to the line. On first down, he'll drop to throw. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
I hope I don't sound too rah-rah. It's the exact right throw. Either your receiver gets it or no one gets it. Give him a lot of credit for being really precise with it.
Got rid of it. No one got it. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. And caught by Cameron right side. It's a gain of 5 on the play. And that'll lead here to a 3rd down. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up. They'll drop to throw. And that is incomplete. Devontae Parker, the intended receiver. And it's 4th down. Well, they've had a pretty frustrating first half here offensively, and then just continued there with that incompletion.
Yeah, definitely frustrating for them, but heartening for the other guys. Those stop troops, they're enjoying things right now because they've made it very difficult for them throughout the half.
And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And now where will the side judge stop his walk? That's the question. He says it crossed out of bounds at about the 17-yard line. Now the Vikings offense works their way back onto the field. And that recipe on their last drive that resulted in a touchdown looked pretty good, so they'll be hoping to do that once more.
And it takes me back to when we sat with the offense coordinator and the head coach. They felt pretty good about their game plan, and Thought there were some holes in the defense, and they exploited them the last time out. Let's see if they can come back and put together a similar drive.
And we'll see if they can do just that. They'll run it now out of the gun. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage. And we're back. The offense had a chance to talk things over. We'll see what they come up with here on this next play. And after the play on the ground, that brings up second down here.
Now let's go.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. He's got the connection over the middle to Diggs. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. So here we go, 1st and 10 now. 1 receiver left. 3 to the right. They'll set up a throw. He'll rifle this one deep right side. They've got his man complete. A big play there just before halftime. 42 yards. And now they're in the hurry-up.
Detroit!
Back to throw now on 1st down. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. That is caught right at the 10-yard line. And a nice gain of 21 yards. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. He's got his man. It's taken in for a Viking touchdown. Laquan Treadwell, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Vikings are going to add on to their lead.
I heard a coach talk about those late-in-the-half scores, especially ones that give your team a pretty decent cushion. He said those could be the ones that can finish off a squad if you let them.
Yeah, they've got the cushion. This half has been theirs. And they will line up now for the 2-point try. They'll look to throw. And no, it falls incomplete. So the 2-point conversion, no good. Tough there. Good pass. Hit the hands. He just couldn't bring it in.
And every receiver's coach everywhere. Seeing that play, focus, focus, focus. Watch it all the way in and tuck it away.
And after the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And the Dolphins offense now ready to go back out on the field. And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
There's a handoff to Ajayi to begin the drive. And he's going to get hit at the line of scrimmage and driven backwards. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
I can't help it. I'm just sitting back in admiration right now. This defense tells everyone that plays against them, you're not beating us running the football. That's who we are. That's what we're about. It's not going to happen. If you're going to beat us, you better pick another way.
We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game.
So let's take a look at the highlights from the first half. Third and long Defense is going to come away with the sack. This will go for a loss of 8. Now 1st and 10, offensive line won't be able to hold up here. This ends up as a huge loss in yardage. Vikings now late in the second. Here the pass goes into the end zone, and he caps off the 2-play drive with a score. That takes the lead up to 12. Still late stages of the second. Out of the shotgun, pass will be completed, and this 5-play drive goes for a touchdown. That takes the lead up to 18.
Okay, Larry, a fairly one-sided first half as we get set to go in the second half. So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. This is taken at the 3. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. Out come the Vikings. They'll have it first on offense as we begin the third. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. They come out here in the eye. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He's going to loft one deep left side here. He's got it at the 15. A big play there for Minnesota. 56 yards. Well, we know he's got the speed there. He needed the speed and the hands. A great catch.
And because of that speed, you have to respect it as a defender. So you have to either play off or make sure you're somehow in contact with him, and he's able to do exactly what you said. Use the speed to his advantage and go up and get the football. That's a big-time play right there. And that's exactly what you want on a first down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. That's caught at the 2. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. 7 yards on the pickup there, and now they've got it 1st and goal. And they're going to speed things up here. Under pressure now, and he's going to go down. Sack back around the 8. And the sack leads to roughly a loss of 6, and it brings up 2nd and goal. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And they're going to get to him. A sack. Sack back at the 9-yard line. They're back at the 8 now. 3rd and goal.
Here we go.
From the shotgun, and pressure coming, and they got him once again. And Ndamukong Suh able to disrupt yet another pass play. His 3rd sack of the afternoon. Well, this has been a pretty sizable drive. They've had some success. Finally, the defensive coordinator found some success of his own.
I think he just simply said enough of that. Okay, they've moved the ball well. We need to force the issue from our end, and that's exactly what he did.
So the drive stalls out, but they are able to put 3 points on the board.
Yeah, just a yard or two shorter than an extra point, so no problems converting there.
Prater now will send it away following the made field goal. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. A look at the offense now here, coming back out on the road for their first possession of the second half. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
And he is going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
With the struggles we're seeing up front for the offense today, they've got to think about changing up their play calling. Some screens, some draws, some quick-hitting plays in order to try and supplement the run game. You don't totally abandon it, but you try and give it a little bit of help.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. Maybe a gain of a yard that time, but yeah, from the spot, actually no gain. So 3rd and long. So now at 3rd and 12 with an extra defender here in the secondary, a nickel look. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. It's caught. Cameron, left side. The completion there winds up a wash, and it'll bring up 4th down. Well, he caught it right at the line of scrimmage, and before he could even think about advancing it forward, he got hit.
Great tackling, because that's what you're taught. Don't give up yards after the catch, and most offenses make a living off of yards after catch. Those hidden yards that may not go into the score sheet, but they count big for moving the ball and stretching the field. Really nice open field tackle.
And some space here. Touchdown, Vikings. A great effort there. His 26th touchdown, drawing even with for the 4th most in a single season. And the Vikings find a way to stretch their lead.
When you've got a guy that fast back there to receive punts, that's a nightmare for the guy game planning, the special teams coach. It's also a nightmare for the punter. Sometimes they get so nervous that they mishit the ball and kick it right to him.
So after the punt return touchdown, let's see what their opponents can do with this kickoff. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. So now here come the Dolphins. And 3 and out on the last drive. No points on the scoreboard. A little soul-searching now?
I would say so, and they need to help out their defense a little bit. They've had to be on the field a lot more than normal, put them in some tough spots. But what's the old adage? When you get another chance, it gives you a better chance to do it right.
Watch in. Single receiver. Hey, you're on an island. Here we go now.
They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. Over the middle and into the hands of his receiver, Landry. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the 1st down completion.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
When you're putting together a formula for winning defense, it's exactly what we're seeing in this game. Controlling the line of scrimmage, attacking, and changing everything so that now they're playing in the offense's backfield. They're playing an excellent game.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. Backing up. He's going to look deep now for Landry. And it's knocked away and incomplete. He was looking to get it to Jarvis Landry that time. And it's now 4th and 3.
That's a bold strike right there, taking it downfield and putting some air on it. But how about the coverage? Able to get his hands across the receiver and bat the ball down.
Here's Matt Darr now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. This is taken at the 15. Muscles him off. And a nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And the offense will come back onto the field for the 1st and 10. Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the three-point kicker. Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him in contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
Super toe. I know the toss play begins with the guy taking the snap and turning around and tossing it to the runner. But where the real intrigue is, can they seal the edge, whether it's an offensive tackle or a tight end, in the direction they want to run the football? If they do that, that's the result that you get, that type of a game. If they don't, oftentimes it's not a very successful play.
Another good run there, and now we're seeing an offense that's imposed its will on a defense. When we talk about that all the time, what does it really mean? It means that the guys on the offensive line, they feel like they can do whatever they want. They're in the huddle saying, run it again. Give us another chance to smack someone and create some space. On the defensive side of the ball, not only have they imposed their will against you, you're almost powerless to figure out what you're doing there, but you got to keep your spirit up at the same time, and they're taking that too.
3 yards remaining here on second down. They come out here in the eye. Now a handoff here to his running back. They find some open field here. Touchdown, Vikings! A great play there with touchdown number 27. That ties Priest Holmes for the third most in a single year. And the Vikings offense continues to pour it on. And Charles, the second time today that he has hit pay dirt.
And once you score the first one, there is that natural tendency, and there's also that eagerness to get back there again. Oh, he smells it. This guy smelled the end zone, and twice he's gotten there.
And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. A drive there of just 4 plays, and it's polished off by a Viking score. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Out comes the Dolphin offense now as they get set to take over here. And still no points on the scoreboard. You're coming off of the 3 and out. They're just looking for anything to grab onto right now, aren't they?
I'm wondering if someone's going to take charge in the huddle. You know, we always look to the quarterback, but sometimes it's another player on the team, a star, a veteran, someone with some excitement and energy. It's like, all right, guys, let's shake things up and let's go, because they still have an opportunity to make things happen.
Shake it off.
All right, Brandon, you know me as well as anyone. You know I don't usually advocate abandoning things during a game, but here we are in the second half. I think it's time to change things up. Let the running game go a little bit. Let's get to the passing game, and if you still want to get in the hands of the runner, maybe you swing it to him, throw it to him a little bit, try it that way.
Here's Ajayi. And there just continues to be nowhere to run. He's bottled up again at the line of scrimmage. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up third. So they're behind the chains as the offense. 12 yards needed on third down. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his third down play as we played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Back now at beautiful new U.S. Bank Stadium. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very fair. And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively. Back to throw. And he will be hit from behind and run over. Wow. They get him that time thanks to the safety blitz as he sank for a loss of 4. Here's Matt Darr now. He's been terrific so far.
Well, the beauty of screen passes is they take a little time to develop, and they can often hit big, but sometimes they take too long to develop, and sometimes you get sacked.
Yeah, what's perfectly called for a defense to attack a screen?
Typically a blitz, and even though people think that the screen operates against the blitz, if you have the blitz called and you still cover the screen, now that allows your blitzers to get there.
So holding by the offense, and maybe now got to shift up what you want to do on the playbook.
Yeah, definitely. Change what you're doing in the playbook, but boy, the advantage shifts to the guys on defense, doesn't it? Longer yardage situations, they often become bolder.
they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44.
Holding offense.
And that right there will set him back a bit on the offensive holding penalty.
And you know who you want to pressure after a penalty like that? The guy who just committed the foul. You want to see if he's going to keep his head down or if he's going to get his head right back into the game. I'd send a blitz at him right away and see if he holds up.
And they'll go on the ground. And he'll take it ahead to the 28-yard line. It's a gain of 7 on the ground. Second down coming up. Now back to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Cordero Patterson, the one he was hoping to get it to. Third down here.
It's always tough for the guys throwing the football when they think they've got a completion and the ball's almost there, and then someone sneaks a hand or two in and bats it away.
Yeah, they've got an extra defensive back out there now on 3rd and 13.
Watch it now, Barney.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And that's caught inside the 35. Touchdown, Vikings. Stephon Diggs, his 10th touchdown of the season, 2nd of the game. And this Viking offense is running away with this one.
There's no doubt in my mind.
And do you hear that? Do you hear the...
It's not scales, right? I don't hear scales. Do I actually hear a tune being warbled?
I think the fat lady's humming.
Yeah, she's doing more than humming. She's belting it out right now.
She's full bore.
Yeah, this thing is flat out finished.
Now Prater to add the PAT. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And it all culminates in a touchdown for Minnesota. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And the Dolphins getting set to go here. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave them great field position, turned it to 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on 4th down.
Caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. On the left side, this is Stills. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
But that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
Green 39.
They'll look to throw. They set up the screen to Ajayi. And he's taken down, but not before getting this across midfield and just shy of the 40.
And that was a beautifully executed screen pass. They let the rushers get upfield and get the escorts in front, meaning the offensive linemen, other blockers out in front, completed the pass beautifully. So now you've got all that open space with big guys leading the way.
And he just gets rid of it, throws it away. A wise move there, looked like nobody open, now 2nd down. But not to get too overcritical there because he knows what he's doing, but his shoulders looked a little off kilter there when he threw that.
I don't think you're being overly critical there. You're just analyzing it, and he gets those shoulders right. That pass will go from incomplete to complete.
Let's go. Look at 56. 56. Blue 90.
He'll try again with the arm here. And now a fumble. The ball's out, and the Vikings pick up the football. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line.
Well, partner, I think it's safe to say they can mark this down as extremely frustrating. Here we are in the 4th quarter. And that last play, that turnover, I think it epitomizes what happened to them all day on offense.
So symbolic, and that's why they're still being shut out. And he'll grab a gain of 5 out of this up to the 41-yard line.
And he continues to pile up the yardage. That puts him over $150 now. And this defense has really had its problems trying to keep him contained.
Second down and 4. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he will be brought down at about the 43 that time. And he got half of what he needed there, 2 yards. And it'll bring up a 3rd and 2 more. 2 yards to go here on 3rd down.
Well, I think we know by now that every run is not going to be broken and get all the way to the end zone. But these short ones still have their value. You can still set up the play action and throw the football. You control the clock because you have the ball and they don't. And often the physicality sets the tempo for the game. Well, he was stopped on that play, but he's had plenty of carries all afternoon. Every now and then the defense is going to win one, but I don't think they'll shy away from handing it to him the rest of the game.
Here we go now. Blue line.
And to give this time to the tailback. Stays on his feet. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. It'll be a gain of 15 on the play. And on 4th down, they're able to convert and move the sticks. And a new set of downs here after picking up the first on the ground. They come out with 3 tight ends. And on the ground they go with a running back. And very little there. He might have gotten a yard. Yeah, I think he got a yard to the 41. Second down following the run. Time for a break. We'll come back and wrap up garbage time after this. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. They've got a second down now as they look to salt this one away. And they'll run it here. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
I don't know about you, partner, but I'm rubbing my eyes after that play. Did we just see that runner not get yardage? A big-time play by the defense. It does happen occasionally, even against the best running backs who are having big days.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll take this one down to about the 40. Just a gain of 2 there, and it's going to bring up a 4th down. Now with just 1 second showing on the play clock, we're going to get a timeout. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. So the offensive unit called the TO, and now we are ready to resume play. And this is good from 57 yards out. That was bombs away right there. So it's 3 more points, and that widens things out even further here in the 4th.
Hey, in this league, you can never have too much. So if you're in range, grab the 3 whenever you can.
Prater now will send it away following the made field goal. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And the Vikings defense ready to head back out there now. They are looking to preserve this shutout, so for them, a lot on the line.
A lot on the line, a lot of pride that goes into that. Because let's face it, when you've had that kind of a day, you do not want any type of a fluke play to end it. You're going to win the game. That's not the issue. But to have a clean ledger going into the locker room and sitting in film next week, oh, that's satisfying.
Good.
Oh, that's the way to do it.
They're looking to cradle that goose egg. So the incomplete pass brings up second down.
Here we go.
Looking to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Another timeout called by the Vikings now. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play. Secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on 3rd and long. They'll set up to throw. Now a desperation throw deep down. He's got a man complete. A big gain of 39 on 3rd. And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well. He's trying to figure out how to get the ball to the playmaker that you just described. Looking down at that sheet, you find people plays, not necessarily X's and O's, and that's exactly what they did there.
And he's going to get this inside the 30. And give him 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs. So, Charles, are able to complete what so often seems to be elusive, a shutout in the NFL. And maybe what's fitting is they ended the game on the field, that defensive unit on the field. What an exclamation mark.
And probably felt like they could go another 60 minutes without anyone putting points on the board against them. That's the confidence you gain throughout when you're pitching a shutout. And they're going to leave the stadium feeling like they're all 10 feet tall.
So for the Vikings, the train just keeps rolling 9-0 now to start this campaign. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for the Dolphins, they'll fall to 5-3 with a loss. And they'll look to get back in the winning column next week as they head to Foxborough to face off against the New England Patriots. So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. It's a win for the Vikings as we say so long from Minneapolis.